To live a pure unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. Without health, life is not life, it is only a state of languor and suffering, an image of death. Let my skin and sinews and bones dry up, together with all the flesh and blood of my body. I welcome it, but I will not move from this spot until I have attained the supreme and final wisdom. In a controversy, the instant we feel anger, we have already ceased striving for the truth, and have begun striving for ourselves. I am not the first Buddha who came upon earth, nor shall I be the last. In due time, another Buddha will arise in the world, a holy one, a supremely enlightened one. Endowed with wisdom in conduct, auspicious, knowing the universe, an incomparable leader of men, a master of angels and mortals. The wise ones fashion speech with their thought, sifting it as grain is sifted through a sieve. He who gives away shall have real gain. He who subdues himself shall be free, he shall cease to be a slave of passions. The righteous man casts off evil, and by rooting out lust, bitterness, and illusion do we reach nirvana. Charity bestowed upon those who are worthy of it is like good seed sown on a good soil that yields an abundance of fruits. But alms given to those who are yet under the tyrannical yoke of the passions are like seed deposited in a bad soil. The passions of the receiver of the alms choke, as it were, the growth of merits. Virtue is persecuted more by the wicked than it is loved by the good. All wrongdoing arises because of mind. If mind is transformed, can wrongdoing remain? What is the appropriate behavior for a man or a woman in the midst of this world, where each person is clinging to his piece of debris? What's the proper salutation between people as they pass each other in this flood? The foolish man conceives the idea of self. The wise man sees there is no ground on which to build the idea of self, thus, he has a right conception of the world and well concludes that all compounds amassed by sorrow will be dissolved again, but the truth will remain. The virtues, like the muses, are always seen in groups. A good principle was never found solitary in any breast. When one has the feeling of dislike for evil, when one feels tranquil, one finds pleasure in listening to good teachings. When one has these feelings and appreciates them, one is free of fear. Of those beings who live in ignorance, shut up and confined, as it were, in an egg, I have first broken the eggshell of ignorance and alone in the universe obtained the most exalted, universal Buddhahood. I do not believe in a fate that falls on men however they act, but I do believe in a fate that falls on them unless they act.